The gym was buzzing with energy. That afternoon weights clanked. Trainers barked commands, and a small crowd had gathered near the mat where the advanced fighters trained. Among them was Dylan, a well-known black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Confident and cocky, he was known for showing off, often challenging newcomers for fun. That day, his attention turned to someone no one expected, Maya. A quiet woman in her early 40s who had just joined the gym. Dressed in basic workout gear and with a calm smile, she didn't look like a fighter. Most assumed she was there for yoga or maybe a fitness class. Dylan, smirking, asked if she wanted to spar, his voice loud enough for others to hear. Laughter followed. Some thought it was a joke. Others thought she'd walk away. But Maya simply nodded and stepped onto the mat without hesitation. There was a strange pause in the room, like everyone was waiting for something to go wrong. People whispered, "Who even is she? Why is she agreeing to this?" The tension rose. Dylan relaxed into his stance, still amused. Cameras quietly came out, but what happened in the next few moments would stun everyone watching. No one expected a woman like her to last even a few seconds, and yet, when the match began, within seconds, the energy in the room shifted completely. Eyes widened, mouths dropped, and by the end, the entire gym was silent. Because Maya was not who anyone thought she was. Dylan started the match like he always did, with confidence. He moved quickly, expecting Maya to freeze or back down. But something was different. The way she stood, the way her eyes focused. It wasn't random. She moved with calm, controlled precision. Not flashy, not aggressive, just steady. It didn't take long for the coaches watching from the side to lean in a little closer. Nobody at the gym had seen her train before. She kept to herself, always quiet, always polite. Some thought she was just a beginner, maybe here to lose weight or try something new. No one ever imagined she had any real experience, let alone enough to hold her own against a black belt. But now, with every passing second, she was proving otherwise. Dylan attempted his first takedown. Maya countered it effortlessly, almost like she'd seen it coming before he even moved. A few people chuckled at first, thinking maybe he was going easy on her. But then he tried again, faster, stronger, and again, she slipped out of it with ease. That's when the crowd started going quiet. Whispers turned into wide-eyed stares. Who was this woman? Where did she learn to move like that? Some in the crowd exchanged confused looks, while others started recording with their phones. Dylan's smile slowly faded. He wasn't laughing anymore. It was clear Maya wasn't just a random gym member. She was hiding something the entire gym was about to find out in the most unexpected way. By now, the gym was dead silent. Even the people lifting weights had stopped mid-rep to watch. Dylan's expression had changed completely, his usual swagger replaced with quiet frustration. He adjusted his stance, now taking Maya seriously. The match had become more than a joke. For him, it was about pride. He was the black belt, the star of the gym. Losing wasn't even a thought. Before today, Maya stayed calm, breathing evenly, eyes locked on his. Each time Dylan tried to push the pace, she'd counter with simple, sharp movements. Nothing flashy, just effective. It was like she wasn't fighting for attention or to prove anything. She was just reacting. Every move had purpose, no wasted energy in the corner. Coach Brent, a former MMA pro, exchanged a glance with one of the senior trainers. "She's done this before," he muttered. "This isn't beginner instinct." But no one knew where she'd come from. She'd never talked about her past. Just signed up, showed up, trained on her own. Among the crowd was Tasha, a young woman who had been training for months, constantly overlooked in favor of flashier fighters. Watching Maya hold her ground stirred something in her. It wasn't just skill, it was confidence. Quiet strength. Meanwhile, Dylan grew more aggressive. The pressure was building, and he started making mistakes. He wasn't just fighting Maya, now he was fighting his own ego. But Maya never rushed, never pushed back out of anger. She was waiting, watching. Everyone felt that something big was coming. Dylan's breathing had turned sharp now. Sweat ran down his temples as he circled Maya again, this time slower, more cautious. Whatever confidence he had started with was slipping fast. Maya hadn't thrown a single aggressive strike, yet she had complete control of the match. Her footwork was smooth, her eyes steady, like she'd seen this kind of pressure 100 times before. Everyone in the gym could feel the shift. This wasn't just about sparring anymore. It was about pride, ego, and something deeper no one fully understood, yet tension filled the room. Phones were still recording, but no one said a word. The younger fighters leaned forward, not wanting to miss a second. Even Coach Brent had stepped closer to the mat now, arms folded tight, watching every movement. Then Dylan snapped trushed forward with a full takedown attempt, faster than anything he'd tried before. The move was clean, sharp, and under normal circumstances would have ended the match. But Maya turned at the last second, dropped her center of gravity, and twisted with emotion so fast, most people didn't even catch it. Dylan hit the mat with a thud, but the match wasn't over. He scrambled to get up, face red with frustration. But Maya stayed where she was, calm and centered, never chasing, never showing off. Her silence only added to the mystery. Whispers spread again. She's trained. Somewhere serious as Dylan stood back up. Slower this time, everyone leaned in because whatever was coming next. No one was ready for it. Dylan stood, but something had shifted, not just in his posture, but in his eyes. The usual fire was there, but now it burned with something more desperate. He glanced at the crowd, clearly aware that all eyes were on him. Losing wasn't just embarrassing, it could damage his entire reputation at the gym. He wasn't just a black belt. He was the face of the advanced training program. And right now, that title was slipping through his fingers. But then Maya did something no one expected. She stepped back, lowered her hand slightly, and asked softly, "You sure you want to keep going?" The room gasped. It wasn't arrogance. It wasn't mockery. It was genuine concern, like she had seen this kind of breakdown before. Dylan didn't answer. He charged forward again, but something was off his balance, his form. Maya moved to block but stopped mid-motion, catching him instead before he hit the ground. He hadn't tripped. It cramped up hard. She stepped back, giving him space. But Coach Brent rushed in, and that's when the second twist hit. Brent looked straight at Maya and asked, "You were with the forces, weren't you?" The crowd froze. Forces. People exchanged shocked glances. Maya didn't answer right away. She just gave the smallest nod and turned her eyes back to Dylan. The room exploded in whispers. A military background. That explained everything, and suddenly, this wasn't just about a sparring match anymore. It was about something much deeper. And far from over. A heavy silence hung over the gym as Brent's words echoed in everyone's ears. A former military fighter. No one had seen that coming. Dylan, still catching his breath, looked up at Maya with a mix of shock and realization. The match wasn't just a test of skill anymore, was a wake-up call. Maya helped him up, not out of pity, but with quiet dignity. No words, just respect. And for the first time, Dylan didn't resist Coach. Brent stepped forward, putting a hand on Maya's shoulder. "You should have told me," he said softly. "We don't get many people with your kind of experience here." Maya finally spoke. Her voice low and calm. "I didn't come here to prove anything. Just needed a space to train and breathe." The room remained still, the energy tense but shifted. Dylan looked around, seeing the eyes that had once admired him now filled with curiosity toward someone else. someone unexpected. He nodded at Maya. "You win," he said, voice hoarse. "But thank you," just when everyone thought the story was over. Coach Brent turned to the crowd. "Kaya's not just a member anymore. She's your new instructor." The announcement hit like a second wave. Murmurs spread fast, some excited, others stunned. Tasha smiled quietly in the back, already feeling hope, but the real twist came when Maya turned to Brent and asked, "Do they know about the others I served with?" His face changed. "Not yet," he said, donned, just like that. The story wasn't over at all. Over the next few weeks, the gym changed. Maya wasn't just seen as the quiet woman in the corner anymore. She became the person everyone watched, learned from, and respected. Even Dylan started attending her sessions, often staying behind to ask questions or replay parts of their match in his mind. His ego, once the loudest thing in the room, had shifted into something more grounded. Tasha, inspired by Maya's quiet confidence, finally signed up for sparring classes she'd been too nervous to try before. Others followed her lead. People began training differently, not just for strength or belts, but for focus, balance, and resilience, the things Maya had shown with every movement. That Coach Brent later explained that Maya had served in a special unit overseas, training in tactical combat and mental resilience. Her return to civilian life hadn't been easy, and the gym was her way to reconnect with herself and with others. No one had known, because Maya had never asked for attention. She simply showed up and gave her best. Her question about the others she served with